right, then. So we'll do a little extra for those two specific areas. And I really hope you enjoy. I'm going to ask you to be open-minded today. We're starting with a little Tai Chi, just some really soft movements. Don't get discouraged with these movements. If you're feeling like you're moving in the wrong direction, I say that in air quotes, the wrong direction from the way I'm going, no worries. We're here just to move and breathe and feel good. So just do your best. The rest will be much easier to follow. We have a little bit of coordination that we'll try to find in the beginning of class today. Come on back with me, my friends. We are starting in a soft, narrower stance. We're just about hips width distance, maybe a little wider. Now we will get wider and then widest. So if you want to turn your mat to face me long ways, that might be helpful because we'll end up in a really wide stance this afternoon. I can't believe it's already this afternoon. Time is flying. All right, let's begin with our soft knees and our toes slightly turned out. Take a big breath in and scoop your palms up to your chest height. Breathe out, push your palms to me. We're soft here, just moving breath and body. Pull back to chest on your inhale. Exhale, press down to the floor and a little wide, just like you're pushing tension away. Breathe in, gather some positivity. Exhale, push away something that's no longer serving. Soft inhalation and a big exhalation. Movements as long or as quickly as your breath is. As you breathe in next time, heels might like to rise. Breathe out, push away, let your heels melt down. Scoop back to your chest, breathing in. So we're lifting heels again optionally. Exhale, fingers wide, loose, long, heels melt down. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale, heels down. Breathe in, pull towards your body, lift up, release. One more, my friends. Big, beautiful breaths to begin, to welcome our bodies, our minds, and our spirits to our practice today. Exhale. Keep your heels down. Heel toe just a bit wider. Turning toes out and just shake out your arms down low. Let them be really loose. We're going to swing and wrap. We've done this a bunch before. Lift the heels, pivot on the balls of your feet. And as you twist, try to envision this energy coming from your core. So our arms are merely along for the ride. They're kind of flinging and swinging and maybe even slapping around our bodies. They're loose like rag dolls. If this feels pretty good, our first exercise to release our shoulders and our low back, you can hunch down just a little bit. Tuck your chin, round through your upper back, let the spin open your shoulder blades. And your eye gaze here will follow this little path that your fingertips are carving. Let's breathe slowly, even though we're moving quickly. So we might take an inhalation for 2 swings, and an exhalation for 2, maybe even 3 swings. Try that twice more, cycling through your breath softly. One more big in and exhale. And then as you will, slowly come back to the center, not forcing, just finding our way softly. One more little easy warm up. We're going to step even wider now. And as you do, take a little bend into each knee. Check that your knees stay behind your toes. And if they don't, just widen a bit more. Shake out, soften up your arms again. And as you lean side to side here, yogis, we're going to hold an invisible ball, a ball of energy in between our palms. So it's moving, we're just kind of swirling around. We'll take it and push it to the right as we bend in our right knee. Push it softly to the left as we lean left. And as you move here, let's try to keep our shoulders relaxed. Our elbows, wrists, and fingers really soft. Easy movement, yes? Okay, so follow your fingertips with your eyes. Get a little side bending going on. And I love to envision your ball of energy like an element. So today, if you're feeling chilly because of the change in weather, you might envision a little ball of fire, keeping you nice and toasty as you move. Maybe if you're feeling a little spacey and you need to come down to earth, you need some grounding, it could be a soil energy ball or earth energy ball. If you're feeling sluggish and low and you need some air, breathe in that energy. Breathe out and share some of that energy with us. And if you're feeling super flowy and groovy, maybe your energy is a water energy today. All right, yogis, we're going to optionally add on. Eyes to me, please. Push right, push left, and pause. Take a giant circle with your hands out, pull to the left, and then gently push to the right. Pause. Nice job. Inhale to the left, push to the right. Pause, giant circle. You're going to complete a whole circle and then finish it with a little tail push. Let's try 2 more pushes. Breathe in to the right, out to the left. Big circle, inhale. Complete your circle and give it a little tail. Push it away. Beautiful. Inhale one way. Exhale the other way. Circle. And your circle has a little tail. Okay, we've got that, right? Here's where the coordination comes in. Here's where I want you to let loose. Don't worry if you're doing something completely different than the rest of us. You're just moving, you're breathing. Hopefully you're feeling good. Starting to feel good if you're kind of in a funk today. It's Friday. It's Friday. We're feeling those Friday vibes. Big circle. All right, whatever you're doing, can you take your eyes to follow your fingertips? Can you soften your jaw? Maybe even the corners of your eyes. Sometimes we frown a little bit when things are complicated, so let's just let go of any of that facial tension. And we're going to take 2 more big, full breaths. As many of these movements as it feels good to fit in there. When you're ready, yogis, come back to the center. Let your arms fall heavy. Do a little funky toe heel walk all the way back in. I love this. Cool dance moves we've got. Arms rise. You are in extended mountain pose. Stay so tall. Flick your fingers to me, palms down, a little wrist stretch. Turn your palms up, fingers back towards your skull. Try 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Optionally balancing, pulling out of your heels 1 more time. Warming up our wrists up here. Nice. Stay off your heels if you can. Make soft fists and give them a little loving circles over top. If you fell out of your heels, we still have the opportunity. Rise again. Well done. Try to stay up, even if you're teetering all around on your tiptoes here. Clasp your hands overhead. Turn your palms to face the sky. Pull all of your fingernails down towards your skull. 1 more big breath. Yes, you can with your heels lifted. Melt your heels. Beautiful job. Release your arms. Give them a loosening, a shake free. And let's take a big sun salutation. Arms rise, extended mountain pose. Clasp your hands today and push your pinky fingers up. So we're going to push our pinky fingers up today to think about elongating our sides and the backs of our arms. A little different. Release your hands, find a forward fold with an exhale. If this is the first time you folded today and your back is feeling tight and cranky, bend your knees a whole bunch. Now you've got a little shelf. You can rest your chest and your stomach right on that shelf. Very accommodating for low backs. Let's try 1 more breath. Opposite elbow hold or opposite forearm or biceps. Give yourself a little tick-tock here. Shifting the weight from right foot to left foot. Sliding your elbows side to side. 1 more breath with a tick-tock. Fingertips gently fall. Slide them up your shins, possibly to your kneecaps, and give a little push away. Crown of head far from tail. Shimmy your shoulders down low. Energize your spine. Breathe up and down. Exhale, release back to your forward fold. Lean a little to the left so your right leg can slide back to kneeling lunge. Knee shin, top of right foot down. Press out of your left thigh. Really press, yogi, so you feel a lift in your hip. Feel that hip flexor stretching? Push, push. Arms rise, clasping hands, sending your pinky fingers up. Do you feel? Did that give you a little extra whoosh of a lift? Nice. Tip to the left side, little side bend. You can let your pinky finger come down now. Keep pushing long, big breath in. All the way back to the center. Frame out that left leg And see if you'd like to extend your right leg back a little bit, letting your hips feel drippy and soft, melting down towards your yoga space. Shifting your hips back for a half split. Soften your left knee. Let's bring our chin over our left toes, super long in our spines today. Float your chest down just a bit more towards your knee, keeping your knee soft. Shift back forward to that low lunge. Lean to your right. Sweep your left leg around, child's pose. We're going to take up space today, yogis. Stretch your fingers far from your knees. Tent your fingertips like you're gathering the mat into a little ball to hold in the palm of your hand. Press palms flat. Pull your fingernails back towards your skull, flexing your wrists again like we did standing. Almost as if you're making stop signs towards me. Let's go back and forth. Tent your fingers. Pull your finger pads towards one another. Palms flat. Hinge the wrists back. Nails towards skull. 2 more. Tense. Breathe in. Flex. Breathe out. 1 more time. Big squeeze. Pull in. Big flex. Pull back. Well done, yogis. Relax your hands. Give a little wiggle to your fingers. Come forward to tabletop when you're ready and tuck your toes. Let's scoop our hips up. Cover your knees. Press back with your hips. Press through your palms. Downward facing dog. Since it's our first one today, let's just hang out, enjoy ourselves. Move or stay still as it's best for you today. We're taking 2 more breaths, exploring how our body feels. No stories or judgment attached to that, just noticing. We're the casual observer here in our bodies. Breathing a little extra, especially into any areas that need our support. And when you're ready, let's lift your right leg. Big breath in as high or as low as you'd like to hold it. Looking forward towards your thumbs, crunch right knee towards nose, cheetah pose. Try to step right in between your thumbs, under your right knee. Helping that ankle forward if it needs it. Kneeling left knee, shin top of foot. Give a big press to rise. Press more out of your right thigh. Lengthen more, feel your left hip flexor. Beautiful, arms rise. Pinky fingers, like we're super fancy tea drinkers, are extending towards the sky, creating more space in our front and side bodies. Lean to your right, you can let your pinkies relax. Big breath. Back to the center. Come on down with the arms. Maybe you want to move your left knee back so you feel that drippy sensation coming into your hips, getting warmer, looser, softer. Shift back half split. Soften your right knee, and can you squeeze your inner thighs together to keep your hips square? Think about your energy extending past your right toes, your heart, your hips, everything is pulling long. Lower if you can, chest a bit closer to right knee, soften that joint. Shift forward, low lunge, back leg elevates, step it forward. We take another deep fold. Can we clasp our hands, yogis, behind our low backs? If you'd prefer, you can hold your forearms. Wherever you are, try to lift away from your low back. Send your knuckles or your elbows a little higher. Give your head a big shake now. Soften your toes, let your jaw be slack. And then slowly nod your head yes, putting a positive spin on our shaking. Slide your forearms or your hands back down your body. Refinding our fold. Let's slide our hands up again and we'll rise. Extended mountain pose. Welcome back. That feels so good, doesn't it? Big lift. Oh, it's simple. Just breathe and move. Changes our whole perspective. Big breath. No stinky weather's going to bring us down this weekend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's get a little bigger in our practice now. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg takes the long lunge back. But we're in a high lunge this time, dropping our back leg to hover, bending that knee and reaching your arms to the sky. Low lunge feels better, kneeling lunge in your body, please revisit. Otherwise, yogis, widen your right foot out to the right side so you feel very steady in this lunge. Try to bend a little deeper in your back knee, pulling your hip flexor forward. Clasping arms overhead, pinky fingers extending. Feels so good to lift out of our lower half, float high to the sky. Lean off to the right. You can tuck your pinky finger back in if you'd like. Big inhale. Clasp your hands behind your low back knuckles. Shoot towards your left heel, really fanning your heart and chest open. Come low, loading this lunge. Belly floats, or maybe it hangs out on your right thigh. Big breath in. Arms reach forward, stretch to me. Fingertips come down to frame right foot, down dog. Big breath through your down dog. All movements here that you would love to do are welcomed and encouraged. If stillness feels better, you know you can always take that escape. Breathing again, yogis, saturate your back body just as if it were your lungs. Left leg rises, huge inhalation. Looking at your thumbs, we're gonna try to make it there. Let's crunch, cheetah, knee under chest, right to your nose. Soft step forward, high lunge. And as you find your lunge, if you feel like you're on a tightrope, wiggle your left foot nice and wide. Bend your right knee, scoot your hip forward. Clasp your hands, pinky fingers, lift, lift, lift. Nice work. Big, beautiful breath in now that you're so open. Tip to your left. You can relax your pinky fingers here if it feels better. Take a big breath back to the center. Can we go opposite thumb on top as you clasp behind your low back? Knuckles chasing your right heel. Open your eyes and your throat to the sky. Hinge forward, loading this big lunge. Belly hovering or possibly lying on your left side. Stretch fingers to me, reach well overhead, maybe give them a little wiggle. Hands fall to frame left foot, and we're gonna power forward, yogis. Hang heavy. Softly swiveling this time, your nose around the corners, towards your baby toes. If you'd like, you can swivel your fingers all the way around those corners too. This is one of my favorite releases for the low back. All right, let's take a rise. You're welcome to continue swiveling. You can hinge flat back. You can roll right through the center. This is your practice. Just do whatever feels great. Gonna go a little deeper into the shoulders now. Big reach to the sky. My favorite shoulder release. We're gonna clasp hands behind the low back, knuckles down, really opening wide in your chest. Wrap around the left side body. Really wrap. We're gonna use that left hand to keep tugging around the corner. Nice. Softening your knees and your toes and your facial features. Left arm rises. We're just cuddling in here. Drape it over your skull. Gently lift left earlobe and send your neck to the left. We're staying upright here. No side bending. If you'd like, you can step your right leg behind, lift a little more, and then side bend. Feels so nice. Opening right side of neck, definitely right shoulder. And if you did the side bend, a little right body. Come back with your eyes, your leg, your left arm, and reclasp behind your low back. Bring your arms to me. Give them a little shake out and down. Roll your shoulders back and forwards a few times. Clasp again behind your low back. Wrap the right side body. We're going to use our right hand to really tug so the arm stays put. When you feel pretty centered and strong, reach your right arm to the sky. Casual drape. Lift your right earlobe, lean to the right. We're straight in our spine here. Now, if you'd like the side bend, left leg will sweep around like you're going to do a curtsy, lift, and then tip over, whole body to the right. I love this add-on because you get a little pizzazz in your left IT band, grab a hip. So good. Eyes to center first. Any legs that swung open can close. Woo. Right arm rises. Clasp again behind your low back. Smile at me in your collarbones. Reach arms to sky. And then as you find forward fold, just shake them loose on the way down. All right, let's go, yogis. We're adding on. Big breath in, halfway lift. Full exhale down to your forward fold. Lean a little to the side so you can sweep your right leg back. Finding warrior two. We're gonna windmill our toes, our foot, our heel, everything flat on the right foot. Arms roll open, think like a windmill or a cartwheel, and send your fingers super wide. Stay steady in your foundation. Left knee bends, knee out towards your baby toe. If you look down, can you see that big toe? Nice. All right, let's forget about our legs for a minute. We're gonna let that bonfire really sizzle down there. Arms rise to the sky, big breath in. Clasping your hands and extending pinky fingers all the length in our spine. We're gonna stay with that. Arms fall back to shoulder height. Shoulders relax. Left arm up, right arm down. Watch me, straight like an arrow. Inhale. Exhale, forearms hover with fists. Nice power breathing. Inhale, right arm up, left arm down, straight like an arrow. Forearms hover on the exhale, little fists. Breathe in, left arm up. Breathe out powerfully, fist. Nice, breathe in, right arm up. Powerful breath. Excellent, yogis, breathe in. Breathe out, stay long, breathe in. You forgot all about your left leg, didn't you? See, it doesn't burn so much when you use the arms. Soften back out. We have one more challenge here. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Reaching up with the left arm, down with the right arm, and then you've got a bow and arrow. So we're gonna reach for the arrow. Right arm up, and then pull it straight back. We're shooting for the moon, yogis. Open your elbows as far as you can from one another. Now a little side bend back with the right side body. Lean, stretch open, breathe. Yes, you can. Come back to warrior two, soft. Let's get out of here. Windmill down, back heel rises. Downward facing dog. Awesome job. I would recommend walking the dog here, bending and straightening, alternating legs. If you'd prefer the opposite, no movement, drop down to child's pose, wrap your hands around your baby toes, and rest on your left temple. You're gonna take whatever you need for 3 breaths to recover here. Super fun, right? Are you excited for round 2 of that beautiful warrior? Don't worry, we're gonna have a moment, yogis. Let's find our vinyasa. Please join me back in downward facing dog. Spread fingers wide, re-tap into your breath that we began with. Soft inhalation, full exhalation. Next inhale, roll forward, finding your plank. It's our first chaturanga, so perhaps we kneel, knees on diagonal from shoulders. Exhale, sinking and melting into our mat, elbows hugging our body. Toes walk far from our hips. Slide thumbs down to middle ribs. Give a big push up through palms, lifting your upper body, hugging elbows in, shoulders back and down. Release nose to hover on the mat. Lift your toes, widen them. Try to lift your knees and your thighs. Push, push long, yogis. Height will always be secondary. Let's look for length in every posture. Toes melt back down, push to child's pose. Crawling your fingers far from your knees, long stretch to reawaken sides and spine. Tuck toes, rise to dog. Your next breath in takes your right leg as high as you'd enjoy. 3-legged dog. Shift forward to cheetah, crunch in, step your right foot right between your thumbs. As you windmill your arms open, land the full back foot. Left foot flat, maybe turned out just a little bit more so you feel really squared and open in your hips. Peek down. If your right toe is covered by your knee, gently guide that right knee open to your baby toe. You're so foundationally strong. Good work. Let's breathe. Extend your arms to the sky. Find your pinkies. Lift, lift, lift. And imprint this in your memory. We're going to stay so long in our torsos. Softening down to shoulder height. Starting with your right arm, straight like an arrow. Inhale. Exhale, fists and forearms. Inhale, left arm up. Maybe an extra sip at the top when you're ready for that. Forearms coming. Big breath. Full exhalation. Inhale. Can be open mouth or through your nose, whatever feels safest if you don't have any tissues nearby. Beautiful job. We have one more. If you love it, do as many more as you'd like, always lingering when you feel necessary. Open, steady, sink back down. Let's lean right arm up, left arm back. A little reverse warrior. Then we're going for our arrow. Left arm reaches up, and it's heavy and hard to pull back. So we're gonna really slowly draw elbow away from the right fingers. How broad can you get in your chest? How much squeeze can you put between your blades? Last breath, would you like to side bend a little to the left? Hold steady, wiggle your toes, smile in your face or your mind. Back to warrior two. Well done, yogis. Windmill fingers back to frame right foot, left heel rises, dog again. Push back. Take a shimmy, take a shake. You've got 3 breaths in recovery. Drop to child's. Land on your right temple if you need a full, gentle release. 2 more breaths. One final breath here. During that exhalation, child's posers, come on back up to your dog, please join us. Let's lift our left leg once you've arrived in dog. On your next inhale, lift high. Look forward, refine that cheetah. Step down, heel right underneath your knee. Step forward, take a deep forward fold. And roll to rise when you're ready. Feel free to hinge or sway if that's better. You know, I love that fingertip drag, right? It feels so good. It's a little tickly, a little nice, very stimulating and loving on your body. Once we get to the top, we're gonna be soft in shoulders and still in our stance. Ready, Freddies? Let's balance. Left knee rises, big breath in. Okay, we'll put this together slowly and then we'll move with our breaths. Give your left knee a big squeeze, a little basket weave with your hands, releasing your hip flexor. Also great for low backs. Sometimes when we get really tight in the front of our hips and those muscles shorten, it's pulling on our back muscles. So if we have a hunched over position in our desk chairs, these muscles will shorten. Really nice to release them. One more breath. All right, let's get our balancing on. Reach your arms to the sky. You're bending your right knee, standing knee, single-legged squat. Reach back with the arms, extend left leg behind you. You're in airplane pose. Try to squeeze inner thighs towards one another for squared hips as you extend back. Left toes can always be on the ground. Re-rise, arms and knee. Opening left knee to the side, you're welcome to assist with your left hand, finding your version of tree, high or all the way down to the floor. Final balance on this side for now. Willow tree, tip to your left. If you have another droopy limbed tree that you like better than willows, you're welcome to substitute. Maybe you're dreaming of palm trees. Don't even get me started on Christmas trees. Not acceptable yet, yogis. Any other tree I'm down with. Come on back to the center, breathe in. Lift your left knee, release everything. Yes, shake frame. Okay, so we'll really move that side on the next round, but we're gonna go slow through the right, get this imprinted in our memory. Arms elevate, breathe in. Right knee rises, breathe out. Give a little basket weave clasp, lots of elbows, lots of hands, pulling into your heart. Little loving hug for your body. Just hanging out, breathing in, releasing our right hips. Let's go again. Inhale, arms rise. Single-legged squat left knee. Just as much as you feel good doing. Rise up. Reach back. Right toes float back. You're in airplane pose. Try to squeeze our inner thighs to steady and square our hips. When you feel ready, inhalation helps us float back to where we were. We're opening right knee. You can always be helpful with your right hand. You can also keep a hold of your ankle if this floats your boat today. You'll tip over to your bent limbed tree. I'm going to call it willow tree from here on out. Inhale, back to the center when you can. Right knee as well. Release everything. Okay, shake out, yogis. We're gonna go through 3 rounds on each side, but it'll be as quick as your breath. Whatever your breath tells you, 1 in for a movement, 1 out for a movement. You ready? Let's go. Big breath in. Single-legged squat, breathe out. In, float back to the sky. Out, reach away, airplane pose. Inhale, rise. Out for tree. Inhale, willow tree. Out to stand. Same leg. Knee comes back on the inhale. Single-legged squat, exhale. Inhale. As you push back on your exhale, airplane can become diving airplane if you like to drop your skull, lift your fingers and your toes. Inhale, rise when you are ready. Exhale, open, find your tree. Inhale, willow tree to the left. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, knee rises. You have 1 more round. Exhale, right knee bends. Inhale, open up your fingers and your left toes. Exhale, airplane or diving airplane. Inhale, rise, your final knee lift on this side. Exhale, tree. Inhale, tipping to the left side. Exhale, once you come back to the center, release everything. Celebrate your amazing body and its movements. Let your poor right leg go. Standing leg works so hard. Always tuck my toes under. Oh, feels so good. Nice? Let it go. Whatever you need. You're ready for 3 more rounds? I believe in you. Come on, let's go. Breathe in. Right knee. Yes. Exhale, left knee. Now you're as slow or as fast as your movements. Inhale, stand. Exhale, airplane. Regular airplane to start back up. Inhale, rise and shine. Big knee lift to me. Exhale, with or without your right hand, finding your version of tree and your version of willow tree. Inhale again. Exhale, knee comes back to the center. Next breath, we bend. Single-legged squat. Next breath, we rise. Maybe this breath takes us into diving airplane. If you'd like to try to drop your crown, lift your toes and your fingers. Next breath, you rise, knee lift. Open into tree. Tip to the right. Roll through the center. Knee comes back in, bending into your single-legged squat. Re-rise. Push away, airplane. Last airplane pose for today. Give me all you've got. Can you soften your face and your left toes? Re-rise. Finding your tree. Tip over to your right side. Re-rise. Lift your knee, come back to the center. Drop everything down. Thank goodness. Woo, let it go, yogis, especially your grounded leg. That's a good open mouth exhalation time. Let go of all that heat you build up in your body. Beautiful job. All right, let's move on. Big breath in. Exhale, we made our way to hips. Woo! Take a big forward fold and widen your feet left to right. So you're really wide in this forward fold. Let's step our right legs back to begin. We're finding lizard lunge. And there's no rules. Any lizard works. So you can stay elevated in your back knee. You can kneel again. Try them all. See what feels best. You can stay hands under shoulders right in the center. My personal fave, yogis, I'm going to lean off to the right side. Use my left hand inside my left knee and really push that knee away. Thinking like there's something stinky on the left side of the room and you're trying to get your nose away from it. Big breath in. Sometimes it feels good to roll over to the outer right hip-ish area. Your lizard, your time to just decompress, open and breathe into your hips. Try one more really nice breath in here. And when you're ready, let's come back to the center. So our goal, yogis, is going to be to turn our left toes forward and walk our hands in front of them so that we can heel toe to the right side. You're finding pigeon. You'll land down through the outer left shin, and then you can keep your back leg straight or draw it into the bent version. Modified or regular full pigeon. See what works best for you today. How you feeling? Good? All right. We're doing a little hip push-ups. It's completely optional. I'm just going to show you from the side. So when you find your version of pigeon, we're going to try to use the least amount of hands and fingers, and we're going to squeeze our inner thighs together. Now, did you notice what happened to my hips? If I squeeze my inner thighs, just a little bit, right? But they rise up and down, okay? So that's what we're going for, yogis. Fingers can be down, eyes can be down. You're gonna squeeze as tight as you can. Think front knee to back knee, thigh to thigh. Squeeze up, and then soft, melt back down. Use an exhale, squeeze up, inhale, melt back down. We're gonna go 4 more. So our thinking here is that if we squeeze really tight in our inner thighs, our pelvis, we can relax much more quickly. Squeeze, really. Nap time. We're going back to daycare. Nap time right in the middle of the day. Pigeon sleep. Come on down. Take a little pigeon snooze. Round your shoulders. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Let the back of your neck hang. Get super droopy on all your facial features. If you made it down to forearms, swivel your palms to face the sky. Give your fingers a little fist and opening like you're flashing lights quickly. Release. And then soften into stillness. Once you've gotten all your wiggles out, take about 2 full breaths here. In this last breath cycle, can you try to really slow down your exhalation? Trying to aim for at least 1 second longer than the pace of your in-breath. I invite you to stay. I know this is a really lovely posture, a lot of people's faves. So if it is and you need more, stay. But if you'd like, we're gonna swing your right leg straight forward. You're gonna find me in seated tree, but I also have an option. All right, so seated tree, you did a bunch of these earlier, so if you're tired of tree, join me. Left knee rises, you tuck your foot back behind you. Toes and top of foot are flat. But for some people, you might have to, for your knees, turn your toes out. So just do what's right. You're in half hero. And if you're here with me, you're going to lean to the right and pull your calf flesh out so you can settle deeply down. So notice how my knees kind of open, right? If you don't mind, you can pull your knees together. But if your knee gives you negative feedback, let it come back open. Okay, so you've made your way to seated tree or seated half hero pose. Reach up. Give me those pinkies, lift and lengthen, and then float over your right knee. Take a huge open mouth exhalation or several open mouth exhalations. If you can flex your right foot and reach for it, you can hang on to the bottom of your foot. Get a little deeper, go for that energy, nose past your right toes. When you feel ready, my friends, we're gonna reach our bodies back to seated and then let your leg escape. So whether you're in half hero or tree, we're gonna bring our knees to the sky, straighten your legs, and just simply lean back with your hands. They'll catch you. We just wanna purposefully, though, roll our shoulders up, back, and down. Give ourselves a moment to open the chest that we just closed and folded so much. Now, if you need a little more, you can bend your knees, scoot your butt right towards your heels, and then really press out of your hands to lift up in your chest, opening your shoulders wide. And then just like a break dancer, we're gonna turn the corner. Come on back into your downward facing dog. Take a shimmy, let your knees loosen up. Look towards your thumbs, take a big step or a bunch of little baby footprints forward. Find that deep fold again. And in your time, you'll widen your feet, stepping your left leg all the way back to that beautiful lizard. Ah, the best. So do you want to say hi? You want to get low? Do you want to open your body to the left and push your knee away? No rights, no wrongs, just doing what's best for you. Some people might even like to get really low and push away. Do me a favor though, yogis, if you're here with me and you're opening the bottom of your right foot, just make sure your ankle does not look like mine, like a banana. You want to flex and then push away. Super strong and safe for the joints that are above your ankle. One more big breath in. When you're feeling ready to join me in pigeon, you'll come back to the center. We just have to make sure that our right toes are swiveled back forward. And then we'll reach our hands, if we can, in front of our right toes. But you can do that funky dance. Heel toe, I love this, all the way to the left, settling down. Now you may need to adjust, heel more towards groin, whatever feels good in that front leg. May need to pull any straight back legs into bent, modifying your pigeon as necessary. All right, yogis, let's get those hip push-ups on. Now we're gonna try not to move with our arms, okay? We wanna get really light in our arms. Just think about squeezing between the inner thighs, pulling your pelvic floor up. Nice. Squeeze, release. Good and controlled here. 4. Remember our goal. If we squeeze and we work for a minute, when we let our body relax, it's going to come so much more quickly into a big feeling of release, we hope. Settling down to any depth that feels nice in your body. If you're making it down to your forearms, you might consider slipping your palms to face the sky. Give them a few of those flashing lights. Just releasing in your fingers. Bow your head down, let the back of your neck hang totally wrinkle free. Get really slack in your bottom jaw. Let your tongue be heavier on the back of your bottom teeth. We're here for one more breath unless you decide that there's no way you're leaving, and then you're welcome to stay. Climb up during an inhalation if you'd like to move forward with me. And then we'll lean to our right to swing our left legs around, staying either close or open wide in tree, or you can lift your right knee and find half hero with me. All the same rules apply. Toes tucked under. Well, I should say top of feet tucked under. Your toes will be flat, or your toes can turn out. But if you found your half hero, we're going to try to lean left, scoot that right calf flesh out, and then potentially close our knees more towards one another. Feels pretty funky in this position, right? So if you're really dumping off to the left side and you don't feel like you could sit up, you can always use your sweatshirt or something to put under that butt and boost yourself up a little so you feel like you can really sit tall. All right, let's rise and shine. Pinky fingers, lift, lift. During your exhalation, float forward and down, soft like a ghost in the spirit of Halloween this weekend. And then just take your body to a place that feels perfect and special, really wonderful, like you never want to leave. Energetically, our crowns are pulling way past our left toes, breathing up and down our infinitely long spine. Maybe we're reaching a little further towards our left toes to enhance this beautiful breath practice. One more breath in here, yogis. Stay longer if you have time in your practice today. Sliding your hands back down to be super helpful. Rise through the torso, lean left, let your right leg escape. Lean your hands back, but dial your shoulders up, back, and down. Let your blades come in to kiss your spine. This might feel like a great place to stay. Now, the same thing we did on the other side. If you want more, you can bend your knees and scoot hips forward. Or optionally, yogis, we're going to bend our knees and find reverse tabletop. So for me, I like to turn my fingers in for reverse tabletop. But if you do that, make sure your shoulders don't come forward, that you're actively pulling them up, back, and down. Feel that integration, bottom of blades kissing your spine. Then you boost up into reverse tabletop. Once you get up, squeeze your butt. Let your head drop back if that feels good in your body. Really opening the front space, heart wide, ribs open, pelvis wide. Take another huge breath. When you're ready to exhale, retuck any chins that fell back. Let your hips find the floor. And we'll bring the soles of our feet together, scooting hips back. So we have quite a diamond shape here. We're going to reach for our ankles and drive chin forward. Roll your back behind you like an angry cat. A little seated cows and cats here. On the cow, navel comes forward. Tailbone and head flick back. We're breathing in. Fill up the front body. Exhale. Send some tension out through the back body. Round angry cat. Inhale. Pull forward. Exhale, round back. Trying to really move and articulate through our spine. So just be aware of your shoulders. They're probably going to want to be really creepy here, which doesn't feel good in your neck. So soften those down as you roll back. If you're feeling any pinching under your tail, scoot your buns just a little wider apart. Take one more round. Inhale. And exhale. Coming all the way back to the center here. Taking our feet out wide for turtle pose. Feet step down. Our knees are staying wide, and I love this one, but it's a little tricky to get into. So when you first found it, your butt's kind of tucked under. You cannot fold from here. So take one hand in front, one hand in back, and slide your butt back as far as you can, creating a deep crease in your hips. Now you can fold a little bit, right? Okay, come in between your big toes and hinge forward to the point that it feels nice. Always looking for what's feeling good. Such a funny little posture. It feels more spidery than turtley, right? I'll show you how the turtle comes in now. You've probably done this one with me before. So we're gonna thread our right arm under the right calf. Thread our left arm under the left calf. Okay, we're almost like a turtle, yes? So we're gonna tuck our chin and roll our body into a little turtle shell. And then you've got your turtle feet and your turtle feet hanging out here in our turtles. I have to crawl my fingers away from my backside, getting them a little wider. As you hang out in your turtle, you might notice that your toes can slide out a little further. We're taking it easy. We're just breathing here. One more breath. And when you're ready to release from your turtle, you'll lift your chin to the best of your ability and start to slide your hands out. Bring them back behind you. Pretty intense for the inner thighs, right? Bring feet closer, knees steeple together. And we do another one of those beautiful chest openers. Just relaxing in your inner thighs here. Try one more big breath. All right, yogis, eyes back to me. Let's take our feet under our knees so we can easily roll back. Maybe holding onto your thighs. Make sure there's no flesh under your tail that will feel pinched as you roll down to your back. Let's get our outer thighs stretched out. Crossing your left knee over your right knee. Hands will reach to the opposite outer knee or all the way down as low as you can reach, maybe to the blades of your feet. Now try to press your tailbone down so your spine feels long while you pull heels to butt and knees crunch to chest. You are in reclined cow face. Our goal here, yogis, is the knee that's closest to your body, your left knee, it should be, feels the outer thigh down into your gluteus medius, stretching out lovely, loose and long. Chin tucks towards your chest a little so the back of your neck feels really open. Let's try one more big squeeze, heels to butt, knees crunching towards your chest while you push your tailbone down. And then release your grip. Hold opposite calves and just let your feet flex and point, maybe even circle, especially if you were holding the blade edges and they were pulling down through your outer ankles. Give them some relief. We'll open our knees wide. Think like frog legs kind of hanging out here. And then cross your right knee over the left. Hold anything from knees down to blades of feet, and let's reintegrate our spine long into your mat. Hug your heels down to each cheek and then crunch your knees into your chest. Ooh, do you feel that? Right out our thigh. Breathing in. As you breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest, lengthen out the back of your neck. Relax your shoulders heavily. Let's go through one more round. Yogi's tailbone lengthening. Heels tucking in towards backside. Knees squeezing towards your chest. Fill up with breath. Exhale. Slide your hands back up your legs so that you can flex and point, or maybe even circle. Have a little party in your ankles. My friends, if you have to get out of here early, just a little note, it's 1:55 already. If you can stay, we have a few more stretches to go. Namaste for those who are leaving. Thank you for coming today. Let's open our knees back to our little frog. I like to make kickstands, kind of holding on to the outer knees. If you feel like you're very open in your hips, you can lay your hands on the inner knees or inner thighs. Let them be heavy and help you open even more. Then we'll step our heels on top of our knees. Keep pressing the tip of your tailbone down. We're finding our happy baby position today. Feet are flexed like if you stepped on your ceiling, you'd have all 5 toes on the ceiling. Chin tucks, hang out here. Some folks like to rock around in happy baby. My favorite thing to do is to extend left leg out long, a little half straddle, and then breathe in. Extend your right leg out long. Breathe in. You might like to do 2 at once. You don't have to hold the blade edges. You can use your hands to the inside of your calves or your thighs, whatever feels really nice. And let's find a kickstand again to help you close your legs from wherever you are. Let your toes tap down on the earth, arms open wide, palms face the sky. Shift your hips off to the right, let your knees fall to the left, but then consider splitting them open so you can rest your left ankle on your right outer thigh. And then readjust, yogi, so you feel like your shoulders are really flat in the girdle. And take your eyes off to the right side. I love here to use my flexed left foot like a little lever. So I'm gonna push down on my right knee while I'm pulling it away from my hip, using that left ankle for all that action. Try to take 2 really beautiful breaths, slowing down. When you're finished, eyes come back to the sky. Uncross that left ankle. Press down through your shoulders and roll your knees back to the center. But if that's problematic for your low back, turn your whole body to the left in the fetal position, roll back up to the center and meet me here. Hips scoot left, knees fall right. You can stay here. Eyes look to your left, really square up your shoulders, let them be heavy. Evenly distributed on your yoga space. Optionally though, your right ankle can flex strong. Ooh, feels so good. Flex strong, and as you push down on that outer thigh, you're gonna think down but away. Sometimes your foot even slips right off if you've got slippery pants on. Just reattach it. Down and long, pulling your knee from your hip. 2 breaths. Eyes find the sky when you're ready. Right ankle unhooks. If you're feeling sensitive in your back, roll to your right, find the fetal position, and curl up in one little ball, where you can just squeeze through your left obliques. Shift your hips back under your shoulders, and then give yourself a very well-deserved hug. Rock around. Oh, so nice. Well done. Kudos to you in your very busy day for making time for some wellness, some mindfulness, some breath, some crazy shape making. Good job, yogi. Turn to either side. Let your bottom arm cradle your head. And when you feel ready, roll up using the top hand. Press yourself up. I usually like to find a tabletop and then shift back, crouching, rolling hips high, head low, back through a forward fold. And then just inchworming your way to the top, a super slow roll or a flat back hinge if that's better for your body. Sweep your arms to the sky, take a beautiful inhalation. And despite the fact that it's quite dreary outside, envision a big ball of sunshine between your hands and pull that directly down into your heart center. Soften shoulders, chin tucks, eyes to fingers. A gentle gesture of gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for your amazing bodies. Yogis, my light honors yours. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to lead your practice, and namaste.